from the wall. So we're going to basically take the normal of the normal to the collision, and we're going to add it to the step 2 start. And let's see if we actually get what I expect to happen, which is we should actually see a collision with that step 2 raycast. Shouldn't we? On some of these, yeah, because they're climbing straight up, and they're not actually making it, so they should definitely be doing that. Or impacting with sweep 2. Well, crap. So sweep 1, sweep 2, supposed to be that. So why would sweep 2? Sweep 2 is in the normal to the collision. It's supposed to move us above the thing. And step 3 impact, it's the oh, well, there you can see the raycasts now. Yeah, they are actually looking like they're working properly. Looks like maybe we're not moving far enough to the left with our raycast for our downward vector. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen, but you can see that there were 2 chances here for FatSack to get through, right here and right here. and the sweep test should actually have a box in the air, but it doesn't have it in the air. And the reason it doesn't have it in the air is probably because, yeah, like see, that one actually has the box in the air for when it was moving. This one doesn't. So it's that the step 3 cast down is not far enough over to actually make it onto the lip of the object, and that's due to our vertical nudge not being, our horizontal nudge not being great enough. So what we need to do is the distance for the step 3 start needs to be farther inside. So this needs to be a larger value. Because we're trying to make it up onto this piece of geometry. Alright, we're making small amounts of progress. It's still not far enough. There's got to be something that's not right here. It's just not over to the left far enough still. Why not? What? Step 1 ray distance times step 1 direction. Normal to the collision. There's something else going on here. Yeah, I don't think we need to move ourselves out. That's not helping. Step 2 start should be step 1 start plus the ray distance. Step 1 ray distance, which is our height times I. And we're starting at 1, so we should always start basically at our top left. We're going to trace to the left. Step 1 direction is going to be in the z-axis. We should probably be moving it a little bit more than that. So the direction is going to be normal to collision, that's true. So the issue is that the z of the step 3 end, the impact point, the impact location, is not always the correct thing. Well, let's test our theories a little bit. So we would expect the step 3 impact location and the z, the step 3 impact z is going to be different than the step 1 start, and it's not. It's not because it's coming back down on the same spot, basically. It's coming back down on itself. So the step 3 start here is 11,894, and it shouldn't be. It should be 11,894 plus 0.3. It is plus 0.3 to the left. And then the z is the same as the start there. So it came back down and it hit its own thing. So we need to move out farther to find the impact point, but we don't want to actually move farther to the left than that. So what we want is this step 2 start is fine. It's this step 3 start and sweep 2. You were getting the wrong Z, and that's what's going on for the sweep start and end. So we just need to move the so the sweep 2 position is sweep 1 outward nudge, and the projection vector is the impact location minus the corner. And what we want to do is we want to the step 3 impact point. Basically we want to do the step 3 start, and we need to add to the step 3 start and then we want to subtract from the step 3 start later. So basically we want this horizontal nudge to be like, what we have with like the 10, which was working quite well for detection. And then basically what we do is we subtract the distance that we went over. The sweep 1's working fine. It's the Z is wrong. Z is wrong because we're coming back down to hit ourselves. And we're moving too far over with our sweep 2, because sweep 2 distance is step 3 impact location. But the problem with this is when it's like this, and this was our impact location, and we moved our box out to here. And we projected, we have this vector, projection vector plus corner is going to be this projection vector plus the corner. So it's going to be right here. It's going to be the step 3 impact location plus the corner. So we should be sweeping in this direction, which should work regardless of what the normal was. So why are we colliding with Alright, so this test isn't wrong. It's the other test that's still wrong. It's the other corner. Oh man. I changed the wrong value. Well, let's see if it works. Yeah, that's all sorts of screwed up. So the outward nudge is basically sweep to position, and we're moving it outward. Nudge is step 3 impact normal plus that, and we're zeroing out the y direction, so we're not going to move backwards, we're just going to move up. Ah, that might not work. Why is sweep 2 going so far? Its sweep 2 distance is the sweep 2 distance vector size plus the horizontal nudge. Why are we moving the full way? Because this is going to discover it. We should probably just be sweeping a small amount, like horizontal nudge to find the thing, but a much smaller number, where this would be horizontal traverse. This would be something much smaller. So we're using horizontal nudge up here for that, and we need a horizontal traverse because that's going to be our finder. It's like, yeah, why is it that? So it's going to be the size of the distance vector plus the size of this, which is going to be the size of the vector off to the side, plus basically the vector that we used to discover and move over. And that move over and discover vector needs to be longer because of precision issues with the raycast. And this needs to be longer because of other reasons, or shorter because of actual sweep reasons, because the sweep is more accurate than the raycast. I'll keep telling myself that until it's actually true. Because it's probably that the raycast, we've got like that, there is that enable like more precise raycast thing, but it's like complex geometry, and we're not using complex geo. It's just fucking bounding boxes. Magnets, man. How do they work? I don't know. I do not know. I have entirely too little music in this freaking playlist, don't I? Yep, that was it. That's what we needed to do. That's all we had to freaking do the whole damn time, isn't it? Yep, there we are. So I think we got our motion down. You see those raycasts going up? He's not. That Zach just can't make it up there. He's too freaking short. Let's give him a little bit more height, shall we? And maybe we can make it over this bullshit. Let's give Fat Sack some ups. Some ups on this little sack of goo. So basically what was going on was I was applying, I was assuming that the math and the precision for the raycast and the sweep were different, and it turns out that the sweep is damned accurate, but the raycast is not. So what was happening was I was basically doing a raycast to try to find a surface, and the raycast needs to go farther, and to do that, and like basically I could just use sweeps for the whole damn thing. That seems like actually, if I had just started the whole thing with like screw it, let's not try to do raycasts, waycasts, let's not do waycasts, let's do sweeps, then I wouldn't have had any of this fucking problems. It will work because the precision would be the same. But I was like, no, I'm gonna be efficient and I'm just gonna do raycasts, and the raycasts are gonna work because, I would expect that the same thing would be used for doing raycasts and doing sweeps, and that's just not fucking true. And Fat Sack's got mad ups there. He's just pole vaulting all over this shit. He is now flying, and Fatsack could not reach the ground. So let's give him another platform to stand on here. Like that shit right there. The hell with it. So I should probably just switch a lot of this shit to use just the sweeps. And he's off to the races. He's gonna go down. He's gonna go down the hill. I'm gonna have him go all the way down this hill. He's going really fast too. Shit. Look at that. No. Shit is getting crazy up in here. And it's going a little too crazy. And he can't get up that. Fatsack can't climb that wall. It's too far for him. No. There he is. Alright. And now he's stuck. Yeah, alright. What is this? You're clipping more stuff? Oh no. What is happening? Alright, so I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna leave the rest of this for another day. I'll take the victory that I've got here, which is a small victory, and we'll be continuing more on it later. There's still obviously a few little issues, but the main thing that we're learning here is kind of just basically how Unreal 4's physics system works. And a big thing there is, figuring out that the raycasts aren't actually as precise as the sweepcast, and exactly how all that kind of stuff rolls around. But as you can see, over the past couple days that we've been messing with this stuff, we can actually roll around at the speed of sound all over this terrain. But there are issues like theoretically Fatsack should have been able to clear right back up that thing on the far left. Like, if we run over there again, let's see just how much of a wall he can climb. But he should have been able to climb back up there theoretically, because it would have like moved him up and out and over and all that stuff, but it didn't. It didn't quite make it. And he should be able to, yes, because he can climb these, no problem. But as soon as that slope was getting steep enough, he couldn't climb back up, and it should have moved him out and all that. But I might have put something in there to prevent, because he's got a few sweep tests there that are doing the work. Because he can climb that, And it might be as soon as he's embedded, his height is just, so he can climb that and that, but he can't climb that. And the reason he can't climb that, I think, has to do with, like, let's see, it's sweep test with movement collided with floor 95. Movement direction is that impact normal as such. Yeah, we removed a lot of the mantling stuff, but basically if you're looking at those vectors, you can see. Oh, that's interesting. You can see what's happening here if you're looking real close. He's there's these lines that are coming out with step 2 going to the right. And you can see they're starting way behind what they should be. You see, like, it's using the bottom right-hand corner of fat sack. Hell, it should be using the top right-hand corner for fat sack for the collision, because it needs to actually do it from there. So in this location, the bottom right-hand corner is good enough. And that might actually be part of my problem here, is that these raycasts are being sent from the wrong location. I projected them onto the wrong vector. They need to actually be flush with the edge of that. That's probably my entire freaking problem right there, is that the vector's taken away from the wall. That's entirely it, isn't it? I just screwed that part up. For the start of step 2. Like step 1 and step 2, their origin's just too far out from the wall. That is something that I will be messing with tomorrow. And I'll write that down. It appears that step 1 and step 2 have the incorrect point of origin. They are too far out from the wall. They should instead be flush with the wall. And I think it has to do with that projection vector. I was like projecting, I was doing this, and then we're moving out. So it's like, okay, this is the direction of motion. What I should be doing is like grabbing the point of impact, and then I should be using that, and I should be moving that point up and out to get like the sweep directions and to get the surface, and that should just get rid of the entire nudge problem that I was having. So I think that'll do it. Great stream. All right, have a good one, Karakan. We're pretty much done here. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching me just injure myself mentally and physically. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I'm gonna check all these files in the Perforce so we don't lose the damn things. No problem. So, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for checking in, and have a good night. And have, good whatever it is for you. It is now 7 in the morning over here. Perfect time for me to stop working. So it's been good. Later on.